These are the 12 most mysterious discoveries that scientists still can't explain. Number 1. The Antikythera Mechanism. In 1901, near a Greek island called Antikythera, divers found a cool old machine in a shipwreck. This ancient gadget, made by the Greeks around 150 to 100 BC, was kind of like an old-school computer. It had more than 30 bronze gears in a wooden box. It was super smart at showing how people back then knew a lot about stars and space. It could tell where stars and planets would be, when eclipses would happen, and even when the Olympics were going to be, way before these events happened. This machine was way ahead of its time, showing how the sun, moon, and planets moved. It was found with a bunch of other valuable stuff, which means it was really important. People aren't sure who exactly made it or why. Maybe it was for teaching, navigating, or something else we haven't thought of. Number 2. The Voynich Manuscript. Step into the mystery of the Voynich Manuscript, a really old book that confuses everyone. Made in the 15th century, probably in Italy, this book is a big puzzle that no one has been able to figure out. Even the best people at solving codes can't crack the strange language inside, called Voynichese. People have many guesses about it. Maybe it's a secret code, a language no one speaks anymore, a huge joke, or a book about myths and legends that are forgotten. This isn't just a regular book. It has 240 pages full of odd pictures and symbols. Picture opening a book and seeing plants that look like they come from a fantasy world, stars and moons in ways you don't understand, and bizarre diagrams. These cool but strange drawings make some think it was a book from long ago about how to use plants for healing. But who made this book and their reasons for it are still a big mystery. Number 3. The Baghdad Battery. In Iraq, a strange clay pot was found with a copper cylinder and an iron rod inside, found near old ruins in 1936 and called the Baghdad Battery. People wonder if it means ancient people knew about electricity long before we thought. Some think it could have been used to make gold plating or for healing with shocks, but no one knows for sure. It's from a time between 250 BC and AD 224, showing ancient people were very skilled. Tests have shown it might have been able to make a small amount of electricity with acid, but not everyone agrees. Questions remain. Was it for power, health, or just to hold sacred writings? It got lost in 2003, so its real purpose is still a big question, making people debate and wonder. Number 4. The Nazca Lines. In Peru's Nazca Desert, there are massive ancient drawings, called the Nazca Lines, that you can only fully see from above. Made between 500 BC and 500 AD, these designs spread across over 1,300 kilometers. The creators etched into the earth images of animals, plants, and mysterious human figures covering 50 square kilometers, possibly for celestial beings or as ancient star maps. Creating these lines was a massive effort, using simple tools with amazing precision. Some lines are narrow paths, while others are up to 6 feet wide, preserved for millennia by the dry, stable desert climate. The big question is, why were they made? Theories include appeals for rain, part of religious rituals, ancient weaving patterns, or celestial maps. Despite many theories, the true purpose of the Nazca Lines is still unknown, showcasing the ingenuity and skill of ancient cultures. Number 5. The Perirace Map on the 5th. The Perirace Map is a fascinating map made in 1513 by an Ottoman sea captain. It's kept in Istanbul and shows South America and parts of an ice-free Antarctica, places that were supposedly unknown back then. This map is unique because it includes drawings and notes that could link to Columbus's lost maps or suggest ancient civilizations we don't know about. What's intriguing is that it shows areas that people of that era shouldn't have known about, sparking theories about ancient world travelers or secret voyages by well-known explorers. There's debate over its depiction of Antarctica, with some thinking it shows early knowledge of the continent. These debates push us to reconsider our understanding of historical knowledge. The Perirace Map is a blend of accurate details and unsolved mysteries, continually captivating those interested in history and the world's secrets. Number 6. The Shroud of Turin is a mysterious cloth showing a man who seems to have been crucified, thought by many to be Jesus. It puzzled both believers and scientists. A photo taken in 1898 revealed more details, sparking lots of talk. In 1988, tests suggested it was made in the Middle Ages, leading some to question its age. Still, some doubt the tests, keeping the debate alive. Stored in Turin, Italy, the cloth draws crowds for prayer and wonder. Ideas about its origin include medieval creation or a miraculous event. The Catholic Church hasn't picked a side, but appreciates the devotion it inspires. Blending mystery with faith, the shroud continues to intrigue people worldwide. Number 7. The Stone Spheres of Costa Rica. In Costa Rica's jungles, there are over 300 perfectly round stone balls, a mystery left by the ancient Diquís culture. They vary in size and have puzzled people since their discovery. Were they status symbols, star maps, or something else? Found mainly in the Diquís Delta and Isla del Caño, they date back to between 300 and 1550, showcasing the Diquís' incredible craftsmanship. In 2014, UNESCO recognized their global significance, sparking even more interest. It's still a puzzle how they were made so perfectly round with ancient tools. Many were moved or harmed during banana plantation work, but today they stand as a key link to Costa Rica's pre-European past. Their mystery and beauty continue to intrigue historians, scientists, and visitors alike. Number 8. The Rongo Tablets. On the famous Easter Island, known for its huge stone statues, there's another mystery, Rongo. These are weird symbols carved into wooden tablets, found in the 19th century. People aren't sure if it's an old way of writing or something else. Rongo is different from other writing systems and might be a unique invention. Now, about 24 items with these strange symbols, including tablets and decorative objects, are found in places all over the world, far from their home in the Pacific. What's interesting is that the symbols are written in a special way, going back and forth in lines, and they show pictures of people, animals, and shapes. Stories say Rongo came from Easter Island's own traditions. But without something like the Rosetta Stone to help understand it, the real meaning of Rongo stays a mystery. People guess it could be anything from a calendar to holy writings. It shows how smart the Rapa Nui people were and adds to the mysteries of old writings we're still trying to figure out today. Number 9. The Great Sphinx of Giza is a huge statue in the Egyptian desert that looks like a lion with a person's head. People think it shows Khafra, an ancient Egyptian ruler, and it has been around since about 2500 BC. It's really big, about as tall as a 6-story building and as long as a city block. Its nose is missing, but it wasn't Napoleon who broke it. It was probably Vandals a very long time ago. There are lots of stories about secret tunnels and the Sphinx being connected to the stars. These stories make us wonder about how much ancient Egyptians knew about the sky. Even though these ideas are cool, we don't have solid proof. So the Sphinx mainly shows us how smart and skilled the ancient Egyptians were at building things. Today, the Sphinx still amazes and puzzles us, reminding us of the incredible things ancient Egyptians did. Number 10. The Sacsayhuaman Walls. High up in Cusco, Peru, there's an amazing fortress called Sacsayhuaman that shows just how clever the Inca people were at building. It's way up at 3,701 meters high and is known worldwide for its huge stone walls that don't even use any mortar to hold them together. These big stones fit together so perfectly, people wonder how the Incas did it without the tools and machines we have today. People aren't exactly sure what Waman was used for. Maybe it was for battles, maybe it was where the royal family lived, or maybe it was a place for special ceremonies. Some think the Incas had some special building skills that we don't know about today. Even with all our modern know-how, it's still really hard to copy what they did. Nowadays, Waman is not just an old ruin, it's a place where the big festival of Inti Raymi happens every year, celebrating the Incas' way of keeping track of time with the sun. It connects the amazing building work of the Incas with the culture of Peru today. Waman continues to amaze and inspire people with its history and beauty. Number 11. The Lost City of Atlantis. Atlantis is a cool tale from ancient Greece, spun by a guy named Plato. He talked about a super-advanced empire that vanished underwater overnight, way before his time. According to the story, Atlantis got too cocky, tried to rule the world, and the gods sunk it as payback. Even though Atlantis is just a tiny slice of Plato's work, it's sparked tons of dreams and debates. Everyone's been hunting for it, guessing where it might be, with lots of arguments. Most experts think Plato just made up Atlantis to teach about the dangers of pride and to explore the idea of a perfect society. Still, the real inspiration for Atlantis, maybe real disasters or myths, keeps folks hooked. Atlantis pops up in movies, books, and chats about ancient mega-societies. But the real draw isn't just the sinking legend, it's about making us think about society, morals, and the big unknowns. And finally, number 12, Göbekli Tepe. In Turkey, there's this super old spot called Göbekli Tepe, way older than Stonehenge by 6,000 years. Some people call it Potbelly Hill. It's got these massive stone pillars, the oldest ones we've ever seen, with carvings of wild animals and weird symbols. These carvings hint that ancient folks might have used this spot for big deal ceremonies or something spiritual, but the exact reasons are still a mystery. A guy named Klaus Schmidt decided to take a closer look at Göbekli Tepe in 1994, even though it was discovered back in 1963. We've only seen a tiny bit of what's there, less than 5%, and every new thing we find just adds to the mystery. Now, it's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's hinting that maybe people hung out here for big gatherings or something religious before they got into farming. This could really shake up our ideas of how and when people decided to settle down in one spot. As always, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible historical discoveries.